Hello and good evening and welcome to News on 2. I'm Amin Carlos on today, the last day of 2019. Now, Deputy Prime Minister Dato Sri Dr. Wan Azizah Wan Ismail today said the year 2020 will see more measures implemented by the government to be enjoyed by all Malaysians, and the efforts will continue for the betterment of the people. Now, Dato Sri Dr. Wan Azizah, in her New Year message, said the government also promised to continue working towards a better Malaysia. She also acknowledged that 2019 has been a challenging year for the Pakatan Harapan PH government, with many of its members were learning the ropes of administration. In 2020, she said, childless couples can withdraw from their employees' Provident Fund EPF account of up to 10,000 ringgit for in vitro fertility or IVF treatment, and by next year, good husbands will be able to show how much their spouses mean to them by contributing 2% of their EPF contributions to a separate account for their wives. What she said, in addition, 2020 would also see the government to introduce a national cybersecurity strategy for the protection of the people, and allocated 10 million ringgit for the development of female athletes. She also said that women aged 30 to 50 who had been unemployed for a year or more and those who returned to work would be paid a 500 ringgit wage incentive a month for 2 years, while employers would also be given a hiring incentive of 300 ringgit per month for the same period. The Ipoh Sessions Court acquitted and discharged a former University Pendidikan Sultan Idris UPSI Vice-Chancellor over a charge of abuse of power 5 years ago. And Professor Dato Dr. Zakaria Kasa walked out a free man after Judge S. Indra Nehru ruled that the prosecution had failed to prove a prima facie case against him. Now, Judge Indra said the decision was made after taking into account the evidence presented by the witnesses and the submissions from both sides. Professor Dato Dr. Zakaria, now 62, was charged in November last year. In an amended charge sheet, it was stated that between 24th June and 12th September 2014, at his office as the Vice-Chancellor, he used his position to order UPSI's registrar to insert the name of his son to be called for a job interview at the university on 12th September. By doing so, he committed an offence under Section 23 of the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission MACC Act 2009. Shahida Muslima Roslan, Nur Hidayah Muhammad Saad and Muhammad Khairul Fairuz Rahman represented Zakaria, while MACC's Deputy Public Prosecutor Nurul Wahida Jalaluddin prosecuted. Police arrested 2 individuals 24 hours after they stole 70,000 ringgit from a house in Kulim Kedah. The suspects were not able to escape far when they were eventually detained in the same district. Kedah Police Chief Dato Zainuddin Yaakob, the suspects were believed to have broken into a house in Kulim during Christmas Eve. The suspects managed to get away with a safe containing cash money of different currencies. Police managed to nab the suspects the next morning as a patrolling unit identified a suspicious vehicle in Padang Serai. When inspected, police found 3 bags of cash in the suspect's vehicle that were taken from the safe earlier.
Dalam pemeriksaan ini, kita dapat berbagai mata wang, jenis mata wang dengan bilangan yang berbeza. Kita rampas mata wang ringgit Malaysia, rampas juga mata wang rupiah Indonesia, rampas juga mata wang yuan China, dan kita juga merampas mata wang dolar US dollar, Thailand baht dan juga Myanmar dalam bilangan yang pelbagai.
The suspects are remanded until tomorrow, and the case is investigated under Section 457 of the Penal Code. 13 male inmates who escaped from a narcotics addiction rehabilitation center known as Puspen in Gambang early yesterday morning has been apprehended within 24 hours after the incident. Now, the group was caught when one of the inmates were found and returned to the center by a family member. Kuantan District Police Chief ACP Muhammad Noor Yusuf Ali said on information gathered from there on, the Op Kesan team comprising police, Puspen and the National Anti-Drug Agency AADK detected the other 12 inmates within the next hour hiding in the bushes at Batu Lapan, Jaya Gading. All inmates aged 19 to 25 were then brought back to Puspen for further action. He said initial investigations have found that detailed preparations were undertaken based on the discovery of a polystyrene board containing a sketch of the hostel layout and fencing as well as an escape route. The group was believed to have made their escape at about 2 a.m. from the center, which houses a total of 167 inmates aged 18 to 25 who are watched over by 7 auxiliary policemen. Following the incident, ACP Muhammad Noor said police would hold a discussion with relevant agencies to enhance the center's security. Kedah Police Chief Commissioner Dato' Zainuddin Yaakob was involved in a road accident today while on his way to join a New Year Kapchai event in Pokok Sena, Kedah. At about 11:30 a.m., Kota Stars Police District Control Center, or DCC, received information on the accident at the junction of Pokok Pau. Now, Dato' Zainuddin's Honda RS 150cc motorcycle reportedly collided with a white Perodua Alta. He was supposed to participate in a police program called Konvoy Kapchai Ambang Tahun 2020 Ketua Polis Kedah. Now, following the accident, he was rushed to the Sultanah Bahia Hospital to receive treatment. He is said to be in stable condition but may have fractured his right leg. Now, the motorcycle convoy event covers a distance of 251 kilometers beginning from Kota Star District Police Headquarters to Gurun, Sik, Baling, Kuala Muda and back to Kota Star. It is aimed at fostering awareness on crime prevention through high-profile policing and the strengthening of police-community relationship via Kapchai enthusiasts in the state. Well, Tanjung Malim Bersatu Armada chief was killed after the four-wheel drive, or 4WD, he was travelling in collided with a lorry at kilometre 315 southbound of the North-South Expressway near Tapa early today. Now, Tapa District Police Chief Superintendent 1 Azharuddin Wan Ismail said Luth Ishak, 34, who was at the front seat passenger of the four-wheel drive, died on the spot. Well, it said the accident was believed to have occurred at 6:15 a.m. when the lorry laden with eggs and nuts from the right lane skidded to the left lane and hit the four-wheel drive. He added the driver of the four-wheel drive sustained a minor injury while his 2 rear passengers, one of whom is a member of the Tapa Police Motorcycle Patrol Unit, were badly injured, while the lorry driver sustained a broken leg. Superintendent 1 Azharuddin said Luth's body was taken to Tapa Hospital for post-mortem and the case is being investigated under Section 41, Subsection 1 of the Road Transport Act 1987. Well, 5 members of a family perished and another was injured in an early morning fire which destroyed a house in Kampung Menara Pamilaan in Tenom, Sabah. Well, the deceased were identified as Khatijah Omar, 35, her sons, 9-year-old Sakiran Sulaiman and 6-year-old Zahid Sulaiman, her daughter Sapura Sulaiman, aged 3, and niece Adira Suhaila, aged 12. The sole survivor of the blaze, Khatijah's husband, Sulaiman Hajar, meanwhile suffered burns on the head and arms in the incident and was rushed to the Tenom Hospital for treatment. The statement issued by the Sabah Fire and Rescue Department stated that a car, a Perodua Kalisa, was also burnt in the incident. It said 2 engines with 8 firemen from the Tenom Fire and Rescue Station led by Station Chief Zanal Sinsian rushed to the scene after receiving a distress call at 12:46 a.m. and managed to completely douse the flame at 3:29 a.m. The statement further noted that there were 6 casualties in the fire, with 5 of them found burnt, while the other was slightly injured and was sent to Tenom Hospital for treatment. Well, coming up next, luggage shipping service for Umrah pilgrims. And if you've just joined us, welcome to News on 2. Now, Class 1 private vehicle users will enjoy the standard toll rate when they drive through Sultan Abdul Halim Muazzam Shah Bridge in Pulau Pinang starting tomorrow. Now, the standardization of the toll rate from 8 ringgit and 50 cent to 7 ringgit is to reduce traffic congestion on Pulau Pinang Bridge and boost the number of users on Sultan Abdul Halim Muazzam Shah Bridge. Now, Works Minister Barobian in a statement said the standardization is made as announced in the 2020 budget presentation last last October. The initiative was also made to reduce the living costs of the rakyat, thus improving their living quality. He also hoped that users could reduce the traffic congestion on Pulau Pinang Bridge by using Sultan Abdul Halim Muazzam Shah Bridge for a smoother, more comfortable and safe journey. Now, the Works Minister also advised users to adhere to traffic regulations and signage prepared along the bridge. The construction of more designated motorcycle lanes, including along the existing roads, could help reduce road accidents involving motorcyclists and pillion riders in the country. Malaysian Institute of Road Safety Research, or MEROS, Road Safety Engineering and Environment Research Center Director, Dr. Muhammad Marizwan Abdul Manan, said the lane could be used as constructed by paving the shoulder on the existing roads to turn it into a motorcycle lane. Now, he said the implementation of this strategic proposal on the existing road system is possible if there is sufficient budget. So according to 2018 statistics, an average of 18 deaths were recorded daily nationwide, with most involving motorcyclists. Dr. Muhammad Marizwan added the proposal for the construction of the designated motorcycle lane would also depend on the number of motorcyclists or the frequency of accidents in an area before the route could be constructed. Well, on the proposal to limit the speed of the low-powered motorcycles to a minimum of 70 kilometers per hour, well, he said the implementation should be carried out in line with the construction of the designated motorcycle lane. Now, this is because the construction of the special lane can help authorities monitor the speed limit. Well, Post Malaysia Berhad is offering a luggage shipping service to Malaysians performing the Umrah pilgrimage from 1st January to facilitate their return to Malaysia. The Group Chief Executive Officer Said Mad Najid Said Mad Noor said the service provides an easy, worry-free option for Malaysians who have performed their Umrah. Now, with the extension of its luggage services to Medina, Said Mad Najid today said Malaysian pilgrims can use the service to facilitate the shipping of their luggage home. Well, he said in a statement this could help reduce Umrah pilgrims' burden, thus enabling them to avoid costly access luggage fees. Now, Post Malaysia charges 20 ringgit for each kilogram of luggage for shipping to Peninsular Malaysia and 25 ringgit for each kilogram to Sabah and Sarawak. Said Mad Najid said pilgrims may pay cash in Riyal Saudi for shipping from Makkah or Medina, or pay when their luggage is received in Malaysia. A packaging service is also provided, but the costs vary according to the size of the box. The statement added that Post Malaysia will pick up the pilgrims' luggage by appointment until a permanent counter is set up. The year 2020 will see the Malaysian Armed Forces, that's the ATM, under a new commander, with the current Chief of Defence Force, General Tan Sri Zulkifli Zainal Abidin, going on retirement soon. Well, a native of Perak and born in Port Well 61 years ago, he was appointed as the 20th Chief of Defence Force on 20th June 2018, replacing General Tan Sri Raja Muhammad Afandi Raja Muhammad Noor, who went on compulsory retirement. Now, the focus now is on who will be appointed to replace Tan Sri Zulkifli as the 21st Chief of Defence Force, whether the candidate is from the Army, Navy or the Air Force. And according to records, the post of the Malaysian Chief of Defence Force had always been filled by a top officer from the Army since 2011. And the last time the post was held by an Air Force officer was in 2009, with the appointment of Tan Sri Azizan Arifin making him the first ever Malaysian Chief of Defence from the Royal Malaysia Air Force, or RMAF, while Admiral Tan Sri Muhammad Anwar Muhammad Noor, who was appointed to the post in 2005, was the first from the Royal Malaysian Navy, or TLDM. The appointment of the number of, or more likely the number one post in the ATM is decided by the Malaysian Armed Forces Council, which is chaired by Defence Minister Muhammad Sabu, with the consent of the Yang di-Pertuan Agong. It is learned that the name of the new Chief of Defence Force will be announced at an event on 2nd January next year. Well, Southeast Asian gymnast queen Farah Ann Abdul Hadi admits that her qualification for the Tokyo Olympics next year was mostly due to the training and nurture under coach Natalia Sinkova. But she adds that any opportunity to further her training overseas will only be a reality under the blessing of a coach. Recent media reports indicated that Farah Ann had turned down an opportunity given by the Malaysian Gymnastics Federation, MGF, to train in the United States in the run-up to the Olympics. She, however, has one request: bring her teammates with her to the US.
Sebenarnya untuk ke Amerika ni plan yang pertama sekali saya tidak didiskus dengan saya sebelum di-announce. Sebab itu sebenarnya saya pun tidak dalam loop tu dan kami belum lagi duduk dan berbincang. Sebab itulah sebenarnya satu sebab yang saya sebab sebenarnya untuk saya ke Olimpik hari itu saya training di rumah dan program semua berjaya. Kejayaan itu sangat bagus sebab itu saya dapat pergi ke Olympics. Dan kerana itu saya sebenarnya lebih suka training di rumah dengan jurulatih saya dan juga dengan rakan-rakan pasukan saya di sini.
Farah Ann was met after appearing on Selamat Pagi Malaysia on TV1. She added that she loves training with her coaches and teammates and owes a lot to them, being one big family. As for her tremendous success at the SEA Games, Farah, 25, who made her debut at the 2011 Indonesia SEA Games, said she is unsure of whether she will compete in another edition of the Games. Kedah have their eyes on a place in the AFC Champions League, and they aim to get there via Cambodia. And they leave for a pre-season tour of Cambodia on Sunday. The Red Eagles will begin their 2020 campaign early as they meet Hong Kong's Wufu Taipo in the first round of the AFC Champions League qualification at the Darul Aman Stadium in Alor on 21st January. A win over Taipo will pit them against Seoul FC of South Korea in the final preliminary round on 28th January. Now, if they win again, they will get a berth in the ACL group stage.
Strategi plan, of course kita memang ada. Saya sudah 2 game saya sudah lihat apa yang Taipo ada kekurangan dan kebaikan mereka. InsyaAllah kita akan cuba apa yang kita mampu dan paling penting confidence level kita harus ready untuk lawan Taipo akan datang.
The Singaporean coach who guided Kedah to the 2019 FA Cup title said the tour would serve as their team-building program as well. Aidil was met after a friendly between Kedah and Perak President's Cup squad at Stadium UUM, where the Red Eagles won 3-1. Well, that concludes this evening's News on 2. In our top story, government to continue efforts for a better Malaysia. Well, join us again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon, the first day of 2020. I'm Muhammad Amin Carlos, and from all of us here, from all the presenters, the editors, the crew of News on 2, wishing you Happy New Year. Thanks for watching.